my loves, welcome to Tarot and Ink. I've been wanting to do this reading for a while now, so we're going to be looking at your love life relationships, but categorized down into your horoscope. So we'll be looking at things like, what's going on in love, what's coming in, what's leaving, all that kind of stuff. I am an intuitive reader, so I'm just going to tune in with the energy of whatever horoscope you have and then pull through. So it may be a confirmation because I have, loads of slips in here with like languages and places and occupation and like descriptions, all sorts are in here. You can see. So I'll be pulling that. I'll be pulling names or letters out of here, and hopefully we'll be able to make some names. You can ignore this. This is my cup of tea because I'm going to lose my voice at some point. And and I've also got a yes or no little spinny spin coin as well. So you can ask a question at the end of it, and I should hopefully get a good spin out of this. But yeah, I use the Thoth Tarot deck, which is called the Mirror to the Soul. It is known within the tarot community as being particularly accurate. we'll go with that. Brutal is another word. It is very like being punched in the face with tarot. With that, and then I have a much nicer and much gentler, the kind of love fairy oracle as well. I say gentler. I find some of these a bit harsh, really. But that's what we're going to do in this reading. So this is obviously the introduction. Please go to whichever horoscope works for you. I would just, as a basis, always go with your rising sign because it is the most accurate to what you are. So as an example, I am a Taurus because I'm born in May. I'm a very stereotypical Taurus in every sense of the word, but my rising is Gemini. So, and the rising is, what's ruled predominantly. For me, it would be Gemini and Mercury. So it's thinking and communication and being analytical and seeing things that others don't and stuff like that. That's me in a nutshell, more so than like Taurus. And obviously you have your moon. If you don't know your top 3 horoscopes, go through, there's loads of like websites that do like a free chart thing with it. I use Chani. So there's the Chani app, and Chani in general is just absolutely incredible. And this is not a plug, I don't know her, I'm just saying what I use. But yeah, the Chani app is the best thing I've ever found. And I've been doing this a long time. So I've been doing this. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Yeah, I've been reading tarot, and I've been doing this for almost 30 years. I've been doing tarot professionally for almost 20. And that's on the phones, in person, with family and friends, at events, you name it. So even though I'm quite new to YouTube, I'm not new to this. And love readings are my specialty, along with transitions as well. That's the other thing I'm good. But thank you for listening to the introduction. Please go through and find your horoscopes. And yeah, I really recommend listening, finding out what your rising sign is and listening to that one, because that will tend to be more accurate. Thank you. Oh, and please like and subscribe. It really helps me out as a new YouTuber, so I can keep making these. And everything is for entertainment purposes only. Have fun with it. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. We're channeling in the collective as well. Sorry, that's because it's like Aries season. I'm wanting to be like, let's get into this. But that's what I'm going to do now. So yeah, thank you. Please find your horoscope in the timestamps. Hello. I appreciate this is a bit random. I am using a filter so that I can remain anonymous. But you may have noticed that in the introduction I said there will be timestamps for your sign. There are no timestamps. I have uploaded every single sign separately. So there are 12.
I can't count. There are 12 videos, each with different signs. So Aries, you have your own. Taurus, you have your own. Yada, 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 yada. With anything else, I promise you I am a very serious tarot reader. I know what I'm doing. It's all good. But yeah, I didn't anticipate how big one massive video would be. And my phone cried. So it is what it is. But yeah, on to your reading. Please enjoy. Thank you so much.
Hello, my gorgeous Pisces. Joyful is the immediate thing that I want to say to you. Be joyful. I don't know why I said that, but that's what's come out. It's like I want to tell some of you to just stop catastrophizing and just be joyful. Enjoy the good times. I don't know why that's come out, but somebody apparently needed to hear that, and they're probably going to leave straight after this. But yeah, Pisces already, like, you are loud. You have some loud thoughts, and and already I want to be like, just tell you to stop and take a breath, and take a minute. And Aries season is particularly a bit harsh for Pisces. There we go. There's fluff coming off my face. Aries season is particularly a bit harsh for Pisces because you're a very sensitive sign, and I don't mean that in a bad way. Like, you're very empathetic. You pick up on energies around you, and some of you don't know how to kind of like put on an energy shield and get rid of that. Because I feel like you're really going to need that this season, this Aries season. Yeah, because it's almost like you're absorbing everyone else's kind of their crap. I've got this image, I will get into the cards, but I've got this image in my head of, like, if you imagine, I want to say 7 things at once. Imagine every single person has a chair, and that chair represents all the things you carry around in the day. That could be the stuff that's going on in your love life, that could be career, that could be, it's all of those aspects. But imagine they all represent just the one chair and what that would look like. And I feel like for you, Pisces, I keep seeing you holding your chair and being like, oh, this is comfortable, I can manage this, I can carry this. And then somebody comes along and they're like, oh, will you just hold my chair? And you're like, oh yeah, okay. And then you're now holding 2 chairs, so you're holding your stuff. I wanted to say the word shit. I don't know if I can on YouTube, but I'm gonna. You're holding your stuff, and then you're holding somebody else's, and they go, oh, okay, thanks, bye, my back was killing, and off they go. And then you're like, why am I holding this? This isn't my stuff to carry. And you're the sign that does that. And then I'm seeing, like, other people come up to you and be like, oh, can you hold this? Can you have these papers done for this day? Can you do this? Can you pick up that person? Can you go feed that cat? Can you, you're running around or spending a lot of your energy just doing stuff for other people. And it's not just in relationships for couples. I'm also getting that for people who are single, who are looking for a relationship, whichever else. Your energy is too scattered, and it's one of those things where you are one of those signs. There's a few signs in the zodiac, but you are one of those that what happens in your daily life reflects in your love life. It just, there's a mirroring aspect to it. It's almost, it's less about opposites and about a reflection, and it's more like those things tend to lean. There's a point where those things tend to lean towards each other and against each other. Yeah, and I feel like you're one of those signs that you tend to attract when you're not fully in your kind of element. You tend to attract people who, what's a nice way of saying it? They burden you with stuff. They burden you with responsibilities. They kind of dump on you. That was what I was thinking of. Yeah, you're kind of always pushed into that savior, that rescuer mode, and that's not what a relationship is. You hold each other. Nobody needs rescuing. There's a balance. But I'm gonna shake off the energy. Somebody is thinking of going to UEA or connection to UEA, or that was their code. Yeah, their word as like confirmation that this is their reading. I want to tell you to slow down. I also want to tell you to put up boundaries, you know, and you don't have to get everything done. I feel like a lot of you have just taken on different hobbies. You know, you're doing loads of different things or trying to do loads of different things at once. This is not the season to be doing that. Aries is it is an what I mean is Aries is very much an action season. It's a, you know, go for it kind of season, but be very specific about the things that you want to really go for, you want to cultivate, you want to nurture this month, because you can't do everything. I say this month, this season. Okay, Pisces. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. You're like, yeah, there we go. This is what I was saying about the energy. There's a drive and an energy, and you're really kind of feeling into this kind of Aries season, but you're also picking up on everyone else's energy, and then that's blocking your own. You kind of, it's like that energy of, I'm going to pick out some more cards, but can you see the little birdie snakes, whatever they are? This one's facing left but looking right, and then this one's just facing right. And you see them here. You know, they're funny with their little red energy hats or markers there, even though that one's kind of nailed to the staff. But that tells me you kind of, for you, I mean, it interprets differently for every person, but for you guys, it's like your energy is everywhere. And I'm really struggling to get out my words. I kind of want to say everything at once. I want to say every sentence, everything at once, and be like blah 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 blah. It's that kind of feeling. You need to stick up some boundaries, and also boundaries with yourself. You know, boundaries aren't a bad thing. Boundaries are a way of working with someone. Yeah. Boundaries are, you know, a way to say to someone, I want to work in a better, more healthier aspect with you. I want to completely build our relationship and grow, but somewhere create a relationship where we're both comfortable. I will get my words out. I will. Here you go. Yeah. Yeah. So we've got like a heartbreak. This to me is less about like a heartbreak and more about emotional exhaustion. I've never seen that card like that before, but that's what's coming out. It's like I'm taking on too much. I've got too many chairs, and I'm exhausted, and I'm not then giving myself enough time for the things that I love to do. Some of you are painters. Yeah, you're lacking in pleasure. You know, you want. I was going to put that on top of there. Oh, I need to. So nudity in these cards, as I cover this up, nudity in these cards are about vulnerability, and this is about, for me, this feeling that I'm going to get to for you guys is about wanting to almost like a nostalgia, like you want to kind of reverse time and go back to a point where you didn't have so many responsibilities, you didn't have so many things to do. And it's not to say you don't enjoy your life or, you know, your love life, but it's almost like you're leaving no room for love, no space for love either. And some of you are too exhausted. You love the idea of love, but some of you are too exhausted. And it's the same thing with couples. I'm getting this like image in my head of two people giving 100%, but one of them, which is Pisces, which is you're only able to give 40 or 50 or 30% at the minute. And that's okay. You know, have that heart to heart conversation with your partner. Have, you know, every not everyone can give 100% 100% of the time. Yeah, and there's like a, you know, the baby's here wanting to go into the fetal position kind of thing. You've got the emotions over the rainbow. You know, she is emotional. There's a lot of, you can see there's like red, stop, and then blue. We're going in fire and action, stop, emotions. Yeah, you're kind of having to, this is, you know, putting boundaries and finding ways of attributing a truce to situations, a truce to yourself. It could be a truce that, you know, you don't have the luxury of being able to do the hobbies or the things that you love or whichever else. Say you're caring for somebody, a relative in hospital or whichever else, and, you know, you're in those moments, your life is on hold, and it's a truce with that. Take everything how it resonates, because I'm doing a collective energy for you, Pisces. So Not one message is going to attribute to every single thing. If it does, great. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm really wanting to look at the number 4 here, which is about, for me anyway, is about kind of sitting in your power, but also it's about just having the 4 people around you can lean on and talk to. You know, it doesn't have to be people. It could be your cat. I lean on my cat all the time. She knows everything about everyone. And meows at certain points. So yeah. And these kind of spikes, you see them over here. You see the difference. Have this card that is like a forward-facing action card, has no spikes. This is like overthinking. This is like your brain, all the neurons firing, it's going zip, 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 zip. Too many things, and you kind of see the difference between here. So the energy here is like everywhere. We've got a scatteredness. You know, you're being pulled from every direction. Same as with here. And these feel very different. You know, this feels like an urgency. You have to deal with situations that you don't necessarily want to deal with as well. And this, you see the way he's got a short sword, you've got more swords, and a longer sword. They represent different, oh sorry, I wasn't in the frame. These represent different things, but you can see the energy is like very forward facing, and you've got more birds straight under the strife. So I feel like, kind of in a summary, you need to sort out your energy a little bit. You need to have a real sit down and set your boundaries with people. And I feel like you really need to, this is both couples and singles, and I feel like you really need to look at everything that you're taking on and go, what have I left room for? Because if you've left room for something, then that first thing should be what fills your cups, what brings you joy, you know, what raises your vibration higher. And then you'll attract and attribute love. Then you'll feed into love. For those of you that's in a couple, then you'll continue growing. I feel like some of you with Aries season as well, you're really being pushed, or have this energy of being pushed and feeling like there's an urgency of, I need to get this out now, even if it's not right or whichever else, and you're putting that urgency on yourself, and actually you don't need to get some of this work out now. Some things can wait, and I kind of want to say pick your battles with this. And again, you are one of those signs where, you know, love and relationships tend to mirror each other in that kind of bow-ness than anything else. But I hope that, yeah, that's the message. I hope that resonates with some of you as well, with all of you in different parts. We'll get you your angel advice. Some of you are asking, will you find love? And yes, some of you singles, but stop trying to rush it. You know, let the universe get into place. Let the universe sort things out. And I feel like some of you, you're constantly looking for like a signier sign. And what I mean by that, you'll go in, oh, if I see a white feather at this point, then that's my sign. And then 10 minutes later, you're like, if I see a gold coin, that's my sign. Like you're constantly looking for reaffirming, like reaffirmation or whatever it's called, those words. You're watching more and more tarot readings because you're like, if that one says this, it means this. That's my sign. And I want to be like, just stop. Just take a minute to breathe. And you know what? Your first sign was enough. Allow it to be enough. It's that kind of thing. You don't, this is a weird thing to say as a tarot reader, but it's true. You don't need to be spending hours and hours and hours and hours and hours watching love readings. You know, not everything will resonate specifically, but like, just take a minute, take a breath, take a sec, you know, stop trying to force yourself into an energy that it works against you, because then it will work against you within love and everything else. You know, watch these videos if they help, and you know, you find them entertaining and you want them in background noise, fine, do all of that. I'm not here to tell you what to do and what not to do, really, even though I just have. But I feel like for some of you, you're continuously needing that reaffirmingness. You're continuously wanting, you know, a sign to say yes or no, and it's that kind of thing. And I'm like, just accept, like, one sign is enough. you know, because you're going to drive yourself crazy. And you're going to be so concentrated and focused on that, you're going to miss the love or areas or different places of love and different things. You're going to miss the joy that the universe brings you if you're so focused on, this is my sign, no, this is my sign, this is my sign. I want to say it like in that way. I feel like some of you are just taking a really deep breath. I'm sorry, these cards are brutal. I'm a little bit of a brutal reader at points. So I feel like I just gave you the advice and nothing wants to come out. Come on, Angel. Romance cards. I keep looking at that name, Leah. Some of you are Star Wars fans. Oh, here we go. Go on then. Yeah, reconciliation. Some of you are paying attention to red flags, romantic feelings. Yeah, some of you are really looking for a reconciliation with a past self. And I'm going to be honest. I want to be like that. Just like let that go. That's what I want to do with it. I want to be like, who cares? Like, stop caring about that kind of stuff. Stop attributing to that. Yeah, here we go. Some of you need to release your ex. Yeah. And the thing is, I feel like there's a lot of you, Pisces, that, you know, it's not the ex, like you wouldn't be with them again, but it's that feeling of being with that other person. We tend to romanticize relationships when we're out of them. Obviously, I'm talking a lot more about my singles people. Couples, I feel like a lot more of you are very comfortable and you're very grateful for your partners and whichever else. But yeah, for singles, you know, I feel like she's reminding me of the telenovelas I used to watch as a kid, like that kind of dramatic, be like, it's that kind of thing. And I want to be like, girl, get over yourself. Or boy or person, whoever. I do energy is not sex or gender or anything else. Yeah. But, you know, the fact that I threw this and it went upside down, you know, release. Take a breath. Get over it. Stop rushing things. Easier said than done, but work on that. I hope that was helpful. Sorry that was so brutal at the end. Some of you really needed to hear it. This is going to be a bit loud. So, yeah, like I said, Star Wars, I'm saying Leah, where I was going to get another name there. Something else came to me and then it left. It just kind of went shoop. Anyway, this is going to be a bit loud. We are... There we go, that's what I want. I want to like scoop it. Give me a second while I place these and we can have a look. Somebody's name is Andy, or they're thinking about an Andy. Or and D, as in like this person and D, as in D-E-E, or the letter D, somebody's nickname. Yeah, give me a sec as I put these out. If you have got this far, thank you for watching. If you could please like and subscribe so I can keep making more of these, I would really, really appreciate it. I will say on here that I am super dyslexic. So you're going to see things that I won't. And if you could please put them in the comments. I've asked every group if they can put the words that they see in the comments. This is me rushing. This is your energy, Pisces. This kind of being like, blah, 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 blah. Like, take a breath. So, let's take a breath. If you could put the words that you see in the comments for each other, it is greatly appreciated. As well, you'll see things that I won't. There we go. So at the minute, I am seeing garden. We have an N. Yeah. Someone's looking forward to getting in the garden. Weirdly enough, we don't have enough letters, but I'm seeing womble, as in the womble. So there's that nostalgia vibes, but also a need to want to be silly. You know, being like womble, 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 like that kind of thing. I see the name Viv, Eugene. This is what I see, okay? I'm seeing never, ever, ever, ever. So, and that refers to exes and stuff. Like, put people in the past, just like get rid of them, you know? You can cultivate that feeling of being someone, you can cultivate that feeling of being romantic, and it's not about a delusion or anything else. It's the vibe, I want to say. And that tells the universe, oh hey, this person really thrives in this environment or with this thing, or they're really, in connection. Manifestation is a direct mirror to your relationship with yourself. That's what manifestation is. You can build that up, and that romance that you want in your life by buying yourself flowers or taking yourself for a nice spring walk or whichever else. And literally, the thing that I do is I say to the universe, I say out loud, I'm like, more of this, please. I want more of this. I do that a lot with food because I'm a stereotypical Taurus. I'm like, more of this meal, please. You know, it's that kind of thing. Lean into that. And I want to tell you, like some of you, lean into your silliness. You've got a great sense of humor, Pisces. It's not that many letters. uh, Bob, Garden, Wren. That's all I see. I don't want to pull anymore. Like, that is literally all I see. So whatever you see, please put it in. Even if you need some additional 1 or 2 letters, just put it in. Right, we're gonna pull your debris. So take a deep breath. Some of you are old school emos. I'm hearing that. Tonight will be the night that I will fall for you. I want to go here. That is a lot. Are we doing all of these? Yeah, I want to get rid of those. So, it's still a lot, but we'll go for it. So, military armed forces, that could be you or a significant other. It could be the friend that introduces you to your significant other. Always dresses in a specific color. So I wrote this in the case of attributes for when you're looking at your partner or significant other. They always dress in a specific color. Old school emos, that'd be metalheads and all the rest of it. That'd be, we always dress in black. I'm a metalhead goth. It's complicated. That's your thoughts. That is also, for some situation, that's also past history. Some of you, even if you weren't in a relationship with someone, if you had some kind of romantic way with them, they're still an ex. It's complicated. Los Angeles, somewhere hot. Maybe you're craving to go somewhere hot. Manufacturing. Somebody works in manufacturing. Canada. We've got religious, pastoral care. So somebody could be super religious or have a religious family and stuff. You could be bus or a coach. So I nearly said couch. Definitely won't be meeting your lover on a couch. But yeah, you could meet someone on a bus or a coach, or maybe this is the time for you to just like go on a coach day trip and stuff. Retired, or somebody's working their way to be retired. I'm gonna butcher that name. Exocia. That's a language. Estranged family member. So it could be a retired estranged family member that introduces you. Somebody has a very distinctive laugh and kind eyes. Somebody is a bit of an outsider. It could be engineering, so manufacturing and engineering. Apply for that job. Some of you are thinking about a different career, so apply for that job. That could be your, move this around, could be your connection. Kingston. I've got funky Kingston in my head now, but also it could be that somebody's from Kingston, they have a connection, they've always wanted to go. We've got church, place of worship. So some of you, could go to a spiritualist group, for example, and you meet someone there, or there's some information there that might change your life. There might be an ancestor that wants to come through. Some of you, want to build on that. We've got China. I feel like some of you want to build on your kind of spiritualness and get that kind of shield up so you're not such a, I want to say, a victim to other people's emotions. Education, university, college, or school. You could meet someone. You could also be going. It doesn't have to be a master's or a degree or whatever. It could be just like a night course. You could go and do like a 6-week pottery course. I don't know why that came into my head, but it did. Mediterranean. Somebody loves Mediterranean kind of food, the culture they want to go over. Algeria. You have dance and movement. So, and that doesn't have to be professional. That could be, joining a salsa class, or that could be dance and movement in terms of having. So one of my best friends and I, when we feel down, she's a Pisces, but we we do a thing called a 30-second dance party where you'll be on your own or in the kitchen or whatever else, and you put music on for 30 seconds and you just dance as if like no one's watching, and it just kind of lifts and elevates your mood. I mean, I'm Irish Colombian, so I'm always dancing. So yeah, Manila. So that could be somebody's name. That could be the drag queen that makes you laugh. That could be the place as well. Okay. I'll give you a second to have a look at that. Yeah, make those connections. Everything won't resonate for you, so take what you need, because it's a big group. This is a big group. And we'll do your coin. So yes or no. If there's kind of a mediocre spin, then take that as a maybe. I will know because I'll get like a tap or like a nudge. It's usually my left side. I get like ringing in my left ear, or I get like a little tap. Okay, Pisces, Pisces, Pisces. My compassionate, creative, intuitive Pisces. This is their question. Ooh, good spin. That is a no. Some of you are still asking if you will get back with an ex, or if they will come back. That is a no. Do you want to? Do you really, like, be honest? Do you really want to? The answer will also be no. But thank you so much. Yeah, for reading, for watching this, and well, I suppose reading the letters. And yeah, if you could like and subscribe, I would really, really greatly appreciate it. As a new YouTuber, it helps, get my content out there for people who really need it. And if you benefited from this, hopefully, other people who would benefit, who need to hear some of these brutal things at some point, will have that. So yeah, thank you so much. Please put the letters or the words or whatever you see connections in the chat and help each other out, or in the comments. And yeah, please give me any feedback. If you want me to do just the coin, if you want me to just pull out these and do the letters, just do the romance deck, that's absolutely fine. Like I said, it's a new channel, so I'm open to requests. But thank you so much.